Welcome everybody back to another podcast. Your host Mello. Today we're gonna talk about Donovan Mitchell. He's been talked about a lot recently, as y'all know. Um, Rudy Gobert did get traded from the Utah Jazz to the Timberwolves, and it's looking like the Utah Jazz is going through like a little rebuild mode, kind of something like that. And I think it's better off they get rid of Mitchell because they honestly think that he can't be the franchise player or whatever the case may be. So Mitchell wants out, so they're trying to trade him. So the one team that's been exploring to trade for him has been the New York Knicks. So recently, the New York Knicks have signed Jalen Brunson to a $104 million max deal, and I think about this a lot. If the Knicks was to get Donovan Mitchell, you got Jalen Brunson and you got Donovan Mitchell in the backcourt. Do y'all want a small backcourt? You do have Evan Fournier. He's not consistent, but he's a good player. On his good days, he could give you a bunch of buckets, but he got the height. So I'm like, should I even be good? Do you guys want to end up having a Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum type of situation where y'all guys have a small backcourt, so it's gonna lack on defense because you need the defense. Knicks are one of the top best defensive teams. Well, they were 2 seasons ago. Last season it was decent, but so I was trying to get to it. So they were trying to make some trade packages for Donovan Mitchell. The New York Knicks have 6 first-round picks they were willing to give for Donovan Mitchell. But the Utah Jazz, I don't know what's up with them. I don't know if they think they have a Michael Jordan on their team or something. So for a player that they said that they can't see him be the franchise player, they're trying to get anything like crazy for him. So like how like a KD situation that's been going on lately, which I think he's probably gonna end up staying with the Nets because there's no teams that could trade him right now because of his value and his worth. And I don't think they're gonna get rid of that. But as in for Donovan Mitchell, the Utah Jazz wanted all 6 first-round picks. They wanted Obi Toppin. I believe they wanted Miles McBride. I think they wanted Quentin Grimes. I think they even mentioned RJ at a point. They really wanted they wanted the squad. And the Knicks declined. That's probably one of the best decisions they made in their career because you got Obi Toppin. He's a young player. He could honestly carry if they was to move on from Julius Randle. Obi Toppin's the guy, and I think so because he showed it last season when Julius Randle was off the floor and Obi Toppin was playing on court. He we call it he impacted the game for the amount of minutes that he played for. Um, but Julius Randle's still a good player. Don't Not trying to take anything away from him. It's just last season, just I don't know. It was just an off season. But there was also talks about that now Julius Randle is in trade talks because obviously he has the biggest contract of the team. But they're trying to say if they was to acquire Donovan Mitchell, Julius Randle could be traded for Westbrook. And my thought is this: you just signed Jalen Brunson. He's a guard. If you was to acquire Donovan Mitchell, that's 2 guards. Mind you, Jalen Brunson, $104 million deal for my stuttering for like 4 years. They're both starters. You get rid of a power forward, and then you bring another point guard. Where are you putting Westbrook? Because ain't no way in hell you think you're gonna put him in the bench. You ain't gonna put him a six man. This is Russell Westbrook. Yes, he had an off season last season, but I still think he still got it in him. But supposedly the big three for the Lakers, they say they want to stay committed to the team and they want to work it out and try to do it. But if I'm just saying, like, if Russell Westbrook was to come to the New York Knicks, I don't see it working. I honestly don't. Well, plus if you're gonna try to acquire Donovan Mitchell, then get rid of Julius Randle to get a third point guard, it doesn't make sense. Like literally, the Knicks needed a point guard. They picked up a point guard. Not everybody was happy about it, but it's better than the point guards that they had for the past couple of seasons. Um, and I don't think a player with $104 million deal is going to be off the bench, in my opinion. They did not pay him the max to play the six man. Donovan Mitchell, he's definitely not going to be a six man. And damn well, hell no, Russell Westbrook is not playing a six man. That's how I see it. A lot of people might agree with me, might disagree, but Westbrook doesn't need part of the Knicks. I don't think it's a good fit for him. Um, the New York Knicks look good what they are right now. It's like I felt like they should have tried to get Donovan Mitchell before the Jalen Brunson trade. I mean, well, before signing Jalen Brunson, but it is what it is. But I can't see them getting him now just because it's gonna be a small backcourt. But the thing is, they needed shooters, and now you got shooters. But now you think about it, they got Jalen Brunson. He's not really the main. He's not a shooter, but he could get you some buckets, and he's more in the mid-range paint type of guy. And you got a backcourt, which is Derrick Rose. We don't know what's gonna go on with him. We don't know if he's gonna get traded or he's still gonna stay with the Knicks. I'm not sure about what's going on with that. I love D Rose. No, not for respect for the dude, but if they do trade from him, it's not that he's a bad player. It's probably because of injury and age wise, which I can see. It's obviously good for them because obviously it's their money that they're paying for these players at the end of the day. So this is their value. And they got Emmanuel quickly. The only person I really thought to be traded, but I do love him was Emmanuel quickly because yes, he's a good deep 3-point shooter. He's very good offensively, but he's small. I feel like if besides the height, if he could get some muscle and I feel like he could be a better player defensively. He could be a better player defensively. I just feel like he doesn't have that for him for the amount of big players that there is in the NBA. But I want him to prove me wrong. But yeah, that was the only player I really thought that could be traded. Quentin Grimes, he's killing it right now. He was killing it in the summer league. He was doing his thing last season too, for the amount of minutes that he had. I feel like Tom Thibodeau, he should have played more of the younger guys so they could show him that they could lead the team as well. Besides Julius Randle, R.J. Barrett, those are stars. But last season I feel like they focused more on R.J. Barrett and Randle that they couldn't really keep it up all the time. I feel like Tom Thibodeau played them too much. And that's facts because there was a time where the Knicks were up by like 30, 20, and they still got RJ Barrett in the game, and he ended up getting hurt. And Tom Thibodeau, he's known for that, using his players too much. See what happened to D Rose, you know? But he's a great coach at the end of the day. But I'm kind of going off topic. I'm kind of going off topic. But for Donovan Mitchell, uh, I really know. I really don't know what you could do with him. It's like, who can you trade him for? I feel like Utah is looking for too much for Donovan Mitchell, in my opinion. Feel like you could just trade him for all the six first round picks. If you want to rebuild, that's perfect for y'all. Because, you're rebuilding. It's not like you're trying to stay in the playoffs or something. Because honestly, they're not a playoff team right now. They just got rid of their big man, their star big man. And now they're planning on getting rid of their point guard. So, or guard. I don't know. He played point guard, shooting guard. But yeah, there's a lot of teams that could pick up Donovan Mitchell. I feel like the Knicks are the best team just because they have the assets for him. But just because they signed Jalen Brunson, I just feel like I don't think they will go for a small backcourt, in my opinion. But if they do, then that's them. It's business. At the end of the day, he is from New York too, so you know how a lot of New York players they end up playing for the Knicks. But tell me what y'all think is gonna happen. You think Donovan Mitchell's gonna end up staying, or he probably be traded in the middle of the season? If he doesn't get traded in the off season, you think the Knicks are gonna pick him up? Or I'm gonna put a plot twist: a Donovan Mitchell and Westbrook trade. Never know. I'm just making up some stuff so we could talk in the comments and stuff like that because I want to get engaged with my viewers. Feel like it's just me talking. I just feel like we all should talk. If I gotta make a Discord and we could all talk, just let me know and I'll make it. It's like a group. And yeah, I know I haven't really been consistent on this. I probably make a schedule. I probably will post a video 2 times a week, just cause there's so much that happens in the NBA, and I feel like also I have a life as well. So maybe if I don't end up posting a video every day how I used to, maybe I might post 2 times a week, 3 times a week. You know what? You guys let me know in the comments. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit that bell so you don't miss out any of the future podcasts. Follow me on Instagram on SportsLounge TV. It will be in my bio. And yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed. And make sure to comment as well. Let me know how you feel about the situation and what you think is gonna happen. And let me know as well if y'all want me to make a Discord of a group and we talk about basketball related, baseball related. I gotta get into baseball. I'm wearing a baseball hat talking about basketball. It's crazy. But yeah, y'all let me know. See y'all in the next one.